Hi guys, so this is me working on the Pico Lab version V101. This is the old version, which a little bit dodgy on my camera, but basically I've got the traces and things on this wrong, so I'm going back to basics and designing it again from scratch. This is CircuitMaker. I'm not very experienced with this. I'm learning this as I go along. I'm better in Fusion 360, but I'm going to start off by building the circuit diagram for the Novice Pico Lab. And again, this is version 1v.01. So first thing I'm going to do is start off with components. This is where I have to remember how everything works again, because I haven't used this in a couple of weeks now. I would have thought components would have brought up a window, and it's not, so that's a good start. That's right, this is just selecting things. How did you insert a symbol part? That's right. That's what I need to click on. So Raspberry Pi Pico, see if it's got one of those. There we go. So there's the compute module. There's the Pico W. I could use that one. Raspberry Pi Pico H. That's the one I want. Doesn't look like there's symbol not present. Okay. Oh, there we go. That will do. I do want with the one with the holes though. I don't want to be a surface mount. Stretch this out a little bit. Symbol not present. I'm looking for one with H because that provides all the holes. It looks like the only one that's there isn't actually present. Okay, so we just use the standard for now then. Now this is the wireless version, but there should in theory be the same ports. I may actually make it for the wireless, to be fair, but if I remember correctly, the pinouts are exactly the same. So there we go, Raspberry Pi Pico W, and we need some more parts. So I'm going to go tactile switch, and again I don't really want surface mounted. This is the one more I believe will do. So there we go. I want a series of switches. Eight switches in total in two groups. not doing it very neatly at the moment. I'm just doing a very rough job. Now the other parts I want. Again, this is. Whoops, didn't want to do that one. Now I want. So those are through-hole switches, which is what I wanted. We want a couple of buzzers. Let's see if the buzzers I've got available are in their library. If not, I'll use some standards. I'm just looking at the model numbers. KPM 1205A. Nope. Okay. Piezo. Okay. Right, now we're finding the piezos. Helps me type it in correctly. These will be things I solder by hand, so I'm just looking for the right sort of size. Let's have a look at the data on this one. Size diameter 24 millimeters. I think these are 24. Where is my caliper? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to look it up online. Look up the part number. Get some data. So these are KPM 1205A. Looks like there's a hyphen in it. Maybe that was why it wasn't being found. Let's try it that way. Nope. Okay. Let's have a look at the data sheet. Often it's not about getting an exact match for the component, though that does help if you're having it assembled completely. Come on, data sheet, come on. It's taken a while. There we go. I'm looking for a size on it. 10 centimeters. Okay. Right. So the 25 millimeters is going to be 10 centimeters. That's not right. I wish there was like a standardized thing you can just go to and get all the blooming components. Alright. So that's the KPM. There it is. Okay, let's pop on the website where I bought it, which would have been CPC. And let's have a look at their data. So at the moment I'm jumping on the CPC website. trying to grab the data I need. And log in there, find my previous orders, and order history. And it will be that order. Don't want the tracking number, just give me the information on the order, please. Order details, there we go. Alright, so that's the ABT one, so it's the order before that one. And there it is, I think. Magnetic buzzer. There we go. That's right, it's 12mm diameter. Okay. Let's try the manufacturer number. See if that's available in there. Ah, there we go. So the code written on the front of the doodah did not do it, but the manufacturer's code did. Okay, symbol not present, that's fair enough. That's about what I expected. So Piezo 12mm, let's see if we got that. There we go. Through hole. Does it have a symbol? Yes, it does. Doesn't give the millimeters. Let's try that one. Which the information was a bit more standardized. $12mm, there we go. And that actually looks very similar to the one I purchased. It's got the same stickers on front. It's got the same response. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So now we've got 2 of those. And I want some LEDs. So let's get some more parts. 5mm LEDs. I'm not doing any circuit simulation, so again, I just really want to design the PCB, so this will probably do. It's 5mm. Oh, no, that symbol's wrong. Let's have a look again. Oh, it's unicolor, that's why. I just want a straightforward LED. Do on high intensity, just go red. Single color LED, there we go. I'll place that one here, and I will grab the next part, see if they got a green one or a yellow one. The Multicomp might actually be the brand I've got. Let's have a look. Which brand did I grab? Multicomp Pro, yeah. So that's a resistor. Okay, let's just see if we can actually get the manufacturer's number searched up. Let's do it properly if I can. Though they probably won't have a symbol. Seems to be that. Oh, didn't want that. Part. Do what I want, not what I tell you. Right, let's get rid of that one. Part. Paste. Search. Thank you. Is there a symbol? Yes, there's a symbol. Hallelujah. Right. And it does show the other direction, so interesting. I'm going to see if I can get the right symbol for these other two as well. Because if I can get the right one, I might as well. Let's try that one. Part. There we go. Yep. Place. No symbol present. Okay, fine. Right, I got two in there anyway. I'll just duplicate that thing multiple times. Go away. You, go away as well. You. I want to duplicate. Copy. Of course, it's not that easy. Who would ever want to copy something? I mean, come on. Let's see if the other one's in there. I've got a list of the switches as well. Let's see if they got the switches in there. Yep, they do. Yep, that symbol not present. That's why I've not used it before. Let's see if they got the yellow diffuse. Yep, is there a symbol? Of course there's not a symbol. Why would there be a symbol? That would be far too useful. It's a 12 volt one. I don't want a 12 volt one. Symbol not present. Fine, whatever. I don't care anymore. There we go. Let's duplicate that one. And duplicate that one. So why did you copy a second ago and now you're not copying? Come on, be consistent, please. Thank you. There we go. Right, so we got the plus and the minus on this one. Now I have actually worked out these pins previously in another project. Bizarre is saying, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing, mate? Let's bring up my list I should have in my folder. Clients, PCB way, Novice Lab, there we go. And pinouts, I do have pinouts listed. Okay, so that's all done. Okay, so buzzer went on to GP16. I'm going to double check on, in fact actually, I will take this browser and I'll let you guys see it. So add source, window capture, Chrome, new tab, show cursor, add source. There we go. So now you can see what I'm browsing when I'm looking for things. Let's resize this window to something I like. There we go, that'll do. So what was I using? What was I looking at? What was I going to look for? It's completely gone now. That's right. Pin out. I just wanted to check the pins were what I thought they are. So buzzer 1 was on pin 21, so that would be this one. What I want is something SDA. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, I think that's got all the functionality I need. So that was GP16, which is this one, and GP7, which is that one. There's the ADC I need. So I might actually move that up here. Yeah. Now, if I remember correctly, the ADC is how you get a wave signal out. So yeah. I'm just quickly looking for the pins. Oh, it's pulse width modulation. Yeah. Pico buzzer GP15 as a PWM output. Potentiometer variable is assigned to AC/DC. Okay. Okay. And I did have that on GP16 and 17. So let's check this again. That was GP15. GP15. Yeah, they've got the same functionality, so I don't see any problems with that. I can keep that as it is. So the ground pin, move this up here for reference. Long time since I saw you last, very possibly. And then we're going to go wire. And we're going to attach this to ground and this to ground. And then this goes to GP16. Sorry, GPIO16. And then for positive it goes here as well. And check my chart. GP17, that should be fine. And then I put the LEDs. Let's move these around a bit because the numbers are a bit odd. I need a resistor as well. Don't want surface mount. These will do. Place. And here. just connect these together. Now I think these go to ground. This can go to ground as well. And this one go to the same ground point. Then I'm going to use pins 24, 25 and 26. So LED 1 is going to go to pin 24. This is going to go to the next one up, pin 25. We've got something resembling a logical order. And this will go to pin 26. Now let's do the switches. The switches are going to go to pin 14. Right, pin 14. Where is it? Change that to pin 13. And that's GP 17. No, it's not, it's GP 13. I got a number wrong here. Alright, let's undo that. Let's make this simpler. It doesn't have to be done that way. I can rewire it. So I'm going to take this GPIO to take this to GPIO 3. This can go to GPIO 4. And then this can go to GPIO 5. Let's move these around a bit. Makes a bit more sense to be up here. And 5, there we go. So I'll change these records now. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is pin 4, pin 3, no, sorry, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 4, 5. Saw your PCB failure. I used to draw PCBs when I was still working. Well, this is the fix for the original PCB failure. I'm basically going back to the drawing board and starting again. Well, it's the same sort of plan. But I think the problem was I was using the auto-routing tool with Fusion 360, and it was doing some weird stuff like joining all the ground points together. They're supposed to be individually isolated ground points. You shouldn't have all of them connected to every single component, and that's why I was getting some very weird behavior out of it. So I'm going to try and use as many ground points as I can. There we go. So I'll connect these two, for example. What on earth? I never did that. What's it done now? Right, stop this. Do what I tell you, computer. Do what I tell you. So I'm going to connect these two ground points to these two circuits here. And I'll connect these two. I could connect them to each other, it wouldn't make much difference, to be honest. But I do want to demonstrate them as visually distinctive lines. There you go. So those are the two switches connected there. I used to do 4-layer boards with one ground plane. Fair enough. I'm limiting myself to 2-layer boards. It's a bit cheaper to produce them. Drag this up here. I'm going to get rid of all these texts. I don't need these on there, they just need to be switch. Whoops, daisy. Let's get rid of it there. They're just standard tactile switches, so I don't need any particular. You must buy this particular brand. The fact is, any 6mm tactile switch will go in the hole and do the job. Let's get rid of this number as well. Been removed. We can get rid of these model numbers as well. Don't need that. With set-off boxes for satellite cable in DVB. Fair enough. Go away. Thank you. Stop it. Not you followers, just... The menu item is still persistent. I find that the interface on this is a little bit clunky, I have to admit. I found Fusion 360 a bit easier to use, but the component library is dreadful. I spent so much time trying to find the right component to fit onto something. It just wasn't worth it in the long run. But I will say that CircuitMaker has a much better list of components. Right. Wires. Let's connect. Let's make it simple again. We'll connect it from GPIO 10 to 13. That's nice and easy to remember then. There we go. So I'm going to update this GPIO 10 to 13, 12, 13. Grab the pin numbers, make a note of it as well. Stop it, thank you. And update these pin numbers as well before I forget. So that's 3, 4. No, it's not. GPIO 2 starts at 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's nice and easy to remember. And then this one starts at 14. And so it's going to be 14, 15, 16, and 17. I did update the buzzer pins, yes. And I think I also updated the diodes. So GPIO 18, GPIO 18 is pin 24. Yes, I did. And GP 17. GP 17 is 22. Yes, I updated that as well. So that list is now complete. I've just got to do the groundings now. So I got multiple ground points there, so I'll just use them all. This one can go down here. And then these two can share the one in the middle. There we go. And there we have it. We've got the recreation of this thing. I've got the I to C ports free as well, which are these ports over here. Yeah. So I've used these I to C ports, but I'm not too worried about that. This is the one I worry about. So as long as this is free and the V bus is free, that means I can put in an extra 4-pin header row. And I can then use extra plugins like this sensor, and the students can use it directly. Trigger ground, yeah. So it won't be this sensor specifically, but there are other sensor boards you can plug in there. And there we go, there's the basic design. So I'm going to save this, and I will create this. This is the sound of my wife coming. I'm live streaming. Be careful what he's saying, because live streaming.
Hold on. You're live streaming?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got almost 2 people watching me. But this video will turn into a YouTube video as well. Should only be about 15 more minutes and I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm going to get something to do.
Okay, babe. Yes, I know I haven't wiped the surface yet.
Have you wiped it?
Not yet. Where was I? That's right. So I need to now move this onto the PCB phase, which for let's validate it. R2 come with fan. That's fine. Don't care about that. Right. Add PCB. Yes, it is doing something. Okay, it leaves it just long enough for me to go, is it working? Pico Lab. And okay. There we go. Now we've got the PCB coming up. We should have all the components, which save project. Now on Fusion 360, I literally just click on it, import changes. That's probably what I need to do. Compare. Yes. And execute changes. But yeah, on Fusion 360, I do like the fact that I can just right click and it does all that automatically. Okay. Right, those speakers aren't quite what I wanted, so I'll probably have to go back and redo those. And this is a surface mounted Pico, but I can go back and adjust that in future. Right now, I'm just going to position these things roughly. I've got the diodes over here. And diodes there as well. Now, interesting enough, I don't see the resistors. Okay, I should go back and fix that. Yeah, and I'm still learning the software, just so everyone knows. I'm not a great expert in this by any means yet. There seem to be finding a way around in a very basic way. Right, so let's just put switch 5 and 6 at the bottom in that panel, and then switch 7 and 8 in a semi kind of gamepadery style thing. In fact, that might be a better way of doing it, actually, if I move these down here. And I can have these switches over here. And you can kind of use them like a gamepad. Drag these over then. So we'll just put these in like a standard gamepad style. Let's do this a bit more logically though. So we'll do it clockwise. So we go switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and switch 4. I'll bring them closer together. And there we go. It's been a long time since I saw your TikTok. Maybe algorithm, maybe because I've been posting regularly. I've even got a new partnership going. So I'll put speakers on these piezo's on both these sides. Then we'll have kind of a slightly smaller one because before I put the buttons below the Pi Pico and the buzzers there. Now the buzzers need to change because that's definitely the wrong, what's we call it? Or is it? Looks like it's the right spacing. Yeah, that should be fine. Then maybe I'll put these buzzers up here. No, that's fine there. That shouldn't interfere with anything. And I'll keep that there just for some sense of balance though. I'm trying to think, holding it in my hands. I don't think it would interfere with anything. So I'm going to save that. Because now for some reason again all the resistors haven't appeared here. But I'm just going to do a quick auto route. And then I'll leave it there and I'll come back and I'll develop this a bit more. I've been streaming for about 47 minutes now, so save project, generate outputs. I'm trying to remember how to do the auto routing now. Tools, there we go. Auto route. Let's just go with all. Right, 2-layer board, yeah. Route all. It's now routing for me. And there we go. So that's just been routed. Let's have a look at these connections. Looks okay. That one's got its own as well. That's right, so it's connecting the 2 ground points to this ground there, that's fine. That should be up from that one, and that one. Yeah, that's in order. That's ground. That's data. And then this data goes there. So that's switch 4. It should be above switch 3. Sorry, below switch. Yeah, that's okay. Ground looks okay. That ground looks okay. Should pass through the top of the switch without any issues. There's no issues there. Can I remind the topic? Can you remind the topic of the stream? I'm basically designing my own circuit board. So I made a video earlier demonstrating how I made this Pico Lab thing and completely messed up everything. So I'm redesigning a new version. Same concept, same design, but this way everything should be well working basically. That's negative, negative, and the positive. Is that ground point? No, that's a ground point there. So these may actually be the one way around. Because if you look at a Pi Pico, the ground points are the square pins, so that is actually, yeah, I got those the wrong way around. Okay, so I need to go back to it. So we'll save. So we'll save that, and I've got to go back to the schematic. So we'll update schematics. 13 difference, resolve automatic. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so it's removing the resistors and the SP. Okay, I'll add those back in. Let's just execute changes so they're all synced up, and I'll go back and fix it. Okay, I think I'll call that good there for now. I may need to go and do a couple more videos on how to use this software, because obviously for some reason these resistors didn't show up in the PCB. Now these have been reversed, so when I did that, no, it's going to ground. So the minus is going to ground. Yeah, and then this should also be going to ground. And yet for some reason it seems to have flipped itself around on the board. So let's see if I got that right. Let's have a look at that again. Yeah, so that's the ground pin. It's put plus on ground for some reason. So something's a bit screwy there. I'm not sure why that's happened, but it shouldn't have. So I'll go off and I'll do a little bit more research on this software, see what I'm doing wrong, and I'll come back and I'll update the board. So thanks guys for watching. This is a very basic introduction to CircuitMaker. It's got most of the components I needed. I certainly found things faster than I did with Fusion 360. And that's about it. So thanks for watching guys, and I shall be back live when I work out what I'm doing.